Hey guys, it's Teenage Night, and real quick, I'm putting this in the front of the video to pretty much say that I know this video is going to probably feel rushed. That's because in case you didn't watch the first video, I've put every preseason game into one video, so it's going to feel a little bit rushed, but the regular season videos will not be like this. The regular season videos, I want to be a little bit longer, so, I mean, I guess just watch this and enjoy. Just know it's going to feel a little bit rushed, and some of the editing is going to feel a little bit rushed, but that's only because there's 4 games in one video. But other than that, please enjoy the video. Okay, so it is time to get this preseason underway for my Philadelphia Eagles connected franchise. We're going to get right into it. First play of the preseason is a handoff by Cleveland, and this is one way for our great defense to start. Let up a huge run, 37 yards. A couple plays later, Jason Campbell dropping back, looking, firing, and finding Benjamin, who barely keeps his feet in bounds. Jason Campbell going to the end zone now for Jeremy Maclin, who left us to go to Cleveland, and he does not get it. 3rd and 5 now. Jason Campbell dropping back, looking, and he will fire and find Cameron, but he gets leveled, and that will stop them from getting the first down, as I believe it was Kerry Williams who made the hit. First offensive play for Philadelphia is a handoff to LaShawn McCoy, and McCoy to the outside, and McCoy's got a good run for his first carry of the season. So we're off to a decent start so far on offense. Now, Nick Foles' first pass to Ted Ginn is complete. Ted Ginn, the newly acquired Philadelphia Eagle. Nick Foles dropping back, firing, finding Austin Seferian-Jenkins, but he drops it, make it 4th and 12. And the game is tied at 3. Nick Foles firing and finding Ted Ginn, but he dropped it. So now it's 4th and 1 for Philadelphia. And they would go for it and get it. And now, 3rd and 3, LaShawn McCoy on another huge run. He has 5 rushes for 78 yards on the day. They would get another field goal out of that. Brandon Weeden is now in the game for Cleveland as Philadelphia's defense falls apart on that play. And Cleveland walks into the end zone to take the lead. Now, the thing about this preseason is that each quarter will have a different starting quarterback for the Eagles out of the 4 quarterbacks they have. And this is Tajh Boyd's first ever play in the NFL, and he's injured. So now come in is Matt Barkley, and all 4 quarterbacks are competing for that starting job. And Matt Barkley's first throw of the season is complete to Riley Cooper, who is then brought down after a 16-yard gain. So like I said, every quarterback is able to get this starting job. It's just going to depend by the end of the preseason who has done best. And now Tajh Boyd is back in the game, and it is nearly picked off, make it 4th down. And now the Browns are close to scoring again, and they're inside the 5. Pitch back to Vic Ballard, who will walk into the end zone and give the Browns a 17-6 lead. This is not going well for Philadelphia, and Tajh Boyd is not really helping. As Tajh Boyd is nearly picked off again, make it 4th down. They have to give the ball back to Cleveland. And now Brandon Weeden in shotgun, dropping back, looking. And Weeden will fire and find Bess. And Chris Davis, the rookie defensive back, levels him, forcing him to drop the ball. And Bess is trying to get to that nickel slot so he can be the 3rd defensive back on the roster. And Brandon Weeden dropping back, firing. And it is picked off by the rookie Ty Zimmerman, who is competing for the starting strong safety job, and that will definitely help him there. Now, we could not capitalize on it, so Brandon Weeden and the Browns come back out, and Weeden goes deep, and he finds Mitchell, who stays in bounds, and we are nearing the end of the first half now. And a couple plays later, Brandon Weeden dropping back, looking. He's going to the end zone, and the pick is dropped by Chris Davis. And there you see the stats. The Browns are winning every category at this point. And Matt Barkley is now in the game again, as this is his quarter to come out. And Barkley on his first run gets a huge play and injures a Brown. Obviously not intentional. 3rd and 3 now. And it's another read option. Matt Barkley keeps it. And Barkley seems to be able to run the ball fairly well. 2 rushes for 37 yards on the day. And now Matt Barkley drops back. He's looking. And Barkley's going to run it again on 4th and 9 and gets brought down short of the goal line. So now it's 20-6, and the Browns have the ball back. So Philadelphia's got to get something going pretty soon. Brandon Weeden going deep, and it is nearly picked off by Chris Davis again, but that would force them to punt. And now Barkley's going to run with the football one more time, and Barkley's got a huge hole. 5 rushes, 75 yards for Matt Barkley. 1st and goal now. Handoff to Bryce Brown, and Bryce Brown is into the end zone for the first Philadelphia touchdown of the preseason. It took long enough. 13-20. Handoff Dion Lewis, the former Eagle. Chris Davis misses the tackle, and he's gone, as Trey Boston, the rookie free safety, could not catch him. And he kind of got us back for trading him. And now it's 13-27. Barkley going deep and overthrows LaShawn McCoy and the rest of the defense. So he put it to where LaShawn was going to catch it to no one. Now 4th and 3. He fires and finds Riley Cooper. And now Matt Barkley will snap and fire, and it's nearly picked off. Barkley's just had his last drive of the game. 16-27 now. B.J. Daniels, the free agent that we got, his first throw was an interception, and it looks like he's going to run it back, and that'll make it 34-16 Cleveland. This is not going how Philadelphia planned, obviously. And now B.J. Daniels out for the next drive looking, and he's going to fire and find Ted Ginn, and that was a nice voice crack by me. Ginn, 3 receptions for 44 yards. Later in the drive, handoff Darius Raynaud on his first carry of the season, and Darius Raynaud walks into the end zone, or gets into the end zone. Now they go for 2, and B.J. Daniels throws it behind his target. 22-34. Right now, it's Cleveland. Brandon Weeden on 3rd and 7. Philadelphia has to stop them here. And Weeden fires, and no one catches it, so Philadelphia will get the ball back. And now B.J. Daniels dropping back. He's firing, and he's finding Ted Ginn, who has been a huge receiver this game. 4 receptions, 58 yards. B.J. Daniels now on the next play, dropping back, looking, firing deep, and it is caught by Deshaun Jackson. There's no one in front of him. Deshaun Jackson is going to score. Make it 29-34 Cleveland. And now Philadelphia's got a chance. And Cleveland going for a field goal, and it is missed. So Philadelphia gets the ball back, and it's only a 5-point game. They just have to score a touchdown, and they take the lead. 3rd and 1 now. B.J. Daniels all alone in the backfield. He's going to run. He's out to his left side. He's got the first down, and he's hit. Fumble on the play, and the Browns recover, and that would be the ball game. 29-34. Cleveland wins it. Bit of a heartbreak for Philadelphia, but that's what happens. And now we're going into the next game against Arizona, or the first highlight. And I don't know what's going on with the camera, but they punt it away, and it's going to Deshaun Jackson. Now, Deshaun Jackson and Ted Ginn are also both competing for the starting punt return job. And Deshaun really helped his case here, as Deshaun breaks down the left side, has a huge return, and sets Philadelphia up in tremendous field position. Now, Matt Barkley was the one who would start this game. Each quarterback will start a game against a starting defense. And Dexter McCluster is his target, and he gets it. Dexter McCluster, the newly acquired Eagle during the offseason. And now Josh Freeman, who is the quarterback for the Cardinals now, will get it. And Brandon Boykin completely misses on the tackle, and it's left to Eric Wolf to take him down. And a 28-yard gain on the play. And now Matt Barkley's back out after Arizona could not do anything else. And he goes and fires and finds Brad Smith, who gets a nice first down. Smith, I was really concerned if he would stay on the team this offseason, or this preseason. But he finds Ted Ginn for the touchdown. And that makes it 10-0 Philadelphia. Josh Freeman all alone in the backfield now, dropping back, looking. Freeman is sacked by his own lineman, it seems. He just tripped over his own offensive lineman. So now Taj Boyd's in the game here in the second quarter. And Boyd overthrows his target. Boyd is not having a good preseason so far. By this point, Boyd was not doing good at all. So it's 13-0 now. He fires, and it's picked off by Kendricks after the tight end drops it. And Kendricks could take it all the way, but he won't. Ben Tate drags him down at the 2-yard line. So now in comes Taj Boyd. He's in shotgun, 3rd and goal. Fires and finds Jason Avant for the touchdown. 20-0 Philadelphia. This game is so far going far better than the Cleveland game went. And now Ryan Lindley is in the game for the Cardinals as Lindley goes deep and finds Eric Ward, who will take it the distance to get Arizona on the board. And that's the way that play went. He just got by the entire defense. And Taj Boyd will fire and find Riley Cooper on the next drive for the touchdown. And now we're back to Arizona football. This is all over the place, these highlights. And Lindley dropping back, firing, and it's picked off by Kendricks again, who is trying to fight for that middle linebacker job over D'Amico Ryans. And this game will definitely help his case there. And now Taj Boyd's back out. And Boyd's getting a lot of reps this game. And Boyd fires and overthrows his target by at least 10 yards. So now that would lead to a field goal, 30-7 next Philadelphia possession. He goes to the end zone and it is dropped by Brent Selleck on third down. So that would lead to another field goal. We go back to another Philadelphia possession. Arizona's not doing much. And now it's 4th and 28. So 3 drives in a row, Philadelphia comes away with a field goal in enemy territory. 37-6. Nick Foles is now in the game here in the third quarter, and he fires and finds Brad Smith for the nice gain. He has 2 receptions for 51 yards. Foles from shotgun looking, firing, finding Brad Smith, who's brought down after the first down. And now Foles is dropping back one more time, firing and finding LaShawn McCoy in the end zone. Make it 43-7 Philadelphia. Philadelphia is just handing it to Arizona today. And now handoff Ben Tate. Tate to the outside. And Chris Davis is the one that has to chase him down. Like I said before, Chris Davis is trying to fight to get that third defensive back spot. And Ryan Lindley from under center now. He's taking his sweet time, and he drops back now. And he's looking and firing. And it's Ty Zimmerman, who I guess thought he stepped out of bounds because he just kind of stands there for a second and then goes. But Zimmerman is really fighting for that starting position. And now it's third down. Foles drops back, looks, fires, finds Jason Avant, who gets deep into enemy territory inside the 30-yard line. Next play, Foles drops back, looks, fires, finds Cooper, who will get into the end zone, make it 50-7 for Philadelphia. This game is incredible right now, as Nick Foles will get the ball back, drop back, and Foles will fire deep, and it is picked off by Powers. And I think that would be Foles' last play of this game, as I believe B.J. Daniels comes back out now. Yes, he does. And we're a little bit into the fourth quarter now. Handoff to Darius Raynaud, who gets a nice gain there. 7 trips to the red zone today. And that possession would come away with nothing. And fires and finds his target in the end zone, 50-14. And now they have the ball back there. And Lindley looks to the end zone and fires right to Marsh. And Marsh will take it out of the end zone and get hit. And that would be the end of that game pretty much, as Philadelphia walks away 50-14. Next game, we're getting right into this against the St. Louis Rams. B.J. Daniels was the starter this game, and he finds Austin Seferian-Jenkins on his first drive for a 6-yard gain. And Seferian-Jenkins got leveled. And Austin Seferian-Jenkins is fighting for that starting tight end job. And now Sam Bradford's in the game. After we scored, I don't know why I didn't put the touchdown in there, but whatever. And now B.J. Daniels is back out. Daniels fires and finds Deshaun Jackson for the nice gain. Daniels from under center, dropping back, looking, trying to extend the lead, and he is sacked. Make it 2nd and 19 for Philadelphia. And now it looks like they're going to go for a screen. B.J. Daniels fires, finds LaShawn McCoy, who would get leveled and not get the first down, so make it 4th and 1 and 10-0 now. Sam Bradford is now out, and we got Jordan Lynch, the rookie, in for St. Louis at quarterback. And he fires and finds Harkey for the first down on the 11-yard gain. And he's back in shotgun, and he's looking, and he's going to fire. And Ty Zimmerman levels the receiver as the ball comes in contact with him. And St. Louis will get a field goal to that possession to make it 3-10. And now Ted Ginn on the return. Ted Ginn once again fighting for that starting return job. And Ginn to the right side, and Ginn is gone, as this would be our only special teams touchdown of the entire preseason, and it was a pretty big one. 17-3 now for Philadelphia. Matt Barkley now in the game, and he fires and finds Cooper, who is brought down. Barkley so far is having a far better preseason than I thought he would. And he gets dragged to the ground right there as I'm talking good about him by Ray Armstrong. And 2nd and 4 now. He fires and it is caught by Brad Smith, who somehow keeps his feet in bounds. And now 2nd and goal. Matt Barkley dropping back, firing, finding Jason Avant in the end zone. 24-3 Philadelphia. As Philadelphia's also handing it to these guys. And here comes the punting team with 1 minute and 3 seconds left to go in the half. They punt it to Ted Ginn. And Ginn is on the return. Ginn cuts to the right. And Ginn is down the right side. He just has one man to beat, and he can't do it, but he does get a nice gain. Gets the Eagles all the way into the red zone already. So this is a couple plays later. Barkley drops back, looking, firing, and he finds LaShawn McCoy, who is dragged down after he gets a first down nearing the end of the first half. And Barkley fires to the end zone and finds Bryce Brown, make it 31-3 for Philadelphia before we're even at halftime. And these are the stats that you can see. They're not doing anything on the ground with 15 yards. Now Taj Boyd in the game, and this is normally where things get ugly, but he finds Cooper, and Cooper gets a nice gain on the play. And now Taj Boyd's trying to turn his preseason around so he can still be in this quarterback race for the starting job. He was a 2nd-round pick. And now Boyd going deep and finding Cooper, and he gets dragged to the ground. A couple plays later, read option time. Boyd is getting dragged down inside the 5-yard line now. And now Taj Boyd will go another read option and get tackled in the end zone, but it makes it 38-3 Philadelphia. And now Jordan Lynch will hand it to Richardson, and he gets dragged down in the backfield. So our defense is doing much better than they were last year, as after I simulated, they were ranked 31. And I don't know what happened on that pass, but Jordan Lynch just threw it right into the back of his own blocker. So now Taj Boyd has the ball. Boyd, what's he going to do with this? He's firing deep, and he's got Jason Avant, who gets dragged down. And Taj Boyd's back in shotgun. He's looking, firing, finding Cooper. And Cooper's been a huge asset this not free agency, but this preseason. And now Boyd on another read option will take it to the outside, and he gets dragged down, but he fumbles. LaShawn McCoy picks it up and runs it into the end zone. And it was an ugly play, but we'll take the points. 45-3 now, as Isaiah Peed will spin out a defender, and then Trey Boston, the rookie free safety, will bring him down. Once again, another position battle is Trey Boston going for that starting free safety job. And Jordan Lynch dropping back, and he finds Tavon Austin, who for some reason was in the backfield, and he gets a first down on the play. That seemed kind of cheap, but now 3rd and 5. We're starting the 4th quarter. Jordan Lynch has his pass tipped down, make it 4th and 5, 45-6. Nick Foles now in the game, as Darius Raynaud will get another nice gain. After this game, Darius Raynaud was promoted, or moved up. I don't know if you'd say promoted, but he was moved up to the 2nd-string halfback job. But Bryce Brown wants it back, and he's trying to prove that as he gets a nice 37-yard gain on that play. As we're now in the 4th, as we're just starting the 4th quarter, we would get nothing out of that drive, as our kicker would actually miss the field goal. So Jordan Lynch comes out, and Rock Carmichael takes him down at 4th and 1, and they just now switched the lights on in the stadium apparently. And Jordan Lynch firing and finding Isaiah Peed, who makes Mitchell miss, and Isaiah Peed down the sideline, and he jumps over Ty Zimmerman. But Jordan Lynch would be injured on the play. So now out comes Derek Carr, another rookie, and this game it's over anyway, but he's still going to fight. Carr goes to the left and is nearly picked off by Carmichael, but he could not hang on to it. And now later on the drive, he does find Jones in the end zone to make it 45-13, but yeah, this game is still over. And now we're into the Panther game, and this is Taj Boyd's first pass on the game, and he just takes it, and Deshaun takes it the distance, and touchdown Philadelphia. So Taj Boyd is obviously the starter in this one, and I don't know, I don't remember who the starter was last game, but he's going deep, and he's finding Eric Wolf, and he is dragged down after that. So now it's 0-7. And Boyd has the ball back, and he's firing, finding Deshaun. Now, this is every position battle's last chance to get their job. And after this, one quarterback will be cut. So all the quarterbacks are trying to play their hardest to make sure they still have a job by week 1. And Taj Boyd dropping back. He's firing and finding LaShawn McCoy, who has no one in front of him now, and he walks into the end zone. 14-0 Philadelphia. Taj Boyd's playing really hard today as he hands it to LaShawn McCoy, who gets a nice gain on the play. And McCoy has not really done much this preseason, but that's probably the only position that's not in a position battle is the halfback situation. And Taj Boyd would be injured on that play. So now it comes B.J. Daniels in for a couple plays, and he goes deep, and it is incomplete. That is one thing about B.J. Daniels I did not like, is he cannot complete the deep ball. And now Taj Boyd's back in the game, and he fires, finds LaShawn McCoy, who somehow gets in between 4 defenders to get the first down. And now Taj Boyd dropping back again, and he's firing to the back of the end zone. He's got Austin Safarian-Jenkins, but he drops it. Make it 4th and goal now. 17-0 Philadelphia, nearing the end of the first quarter. Cam Newton would pitch it back and he makes a couple guys miss, and it comes all the way down to Kendricks having to make the tackle, and he would be injured on the play. Not Kendricks, the Carolina halfback. And now pitch back to Jonathan Stewart, who gets dragged down before he can get the first down. Make it 4th and 2 for the Panthers. 17-3 now. B.J. Daniels is actually in the game now, as it is his quarter. And he gets dragged down before he can get that 3rd and 1. So we punt the ball back to Carolina as Pat White is in the game. And White fires, and it is picked off by Patrick Chung off the drop. And that was a very good play. And now it's 3rd down. Can they capitalize on the interception? And Brad Smith drops it. So they get a field goal out of the turnover. And Pat White under center. He's dropping back looking. And Pat White's going to go deep and find Robinson. And he gets dragged down. 28-yard gain on the play. Pat White, handoff to Robinson, who goes inside the 10-yard line. And Boykin drags him out at the 2. That was a very, very close call there. And now Pat White, 3rd and goal. He fires, and it's incomplete. 4th and goal, and they would kick a field goal. 20-6 now. B.J. Daniels still in the game, and he fires and finds Cooper, who fumbles, and Campbell's the one to recover it. And we are inside 2 minutes of the first half, and Carolina has the ball in easy scoring territory, but they don't get anything from it. So Raynaud comes out, and Raynaud cutting down the right sideline and getting dragged down. So neither team were able to take advantage of good field position so far. And now he goes deep and dropped, but it's picked off by Brandon Boykin. This is the last play of the first half, and Boykin got his first pick on the preseason, I believe. That was his first. And if you want to see the stats, you have to go back and pause that. But anyway, he goes back and finds LaShawn McCoy. And it is Nick Foles now in the game. I forgot to say that, as this is Foles' quarter. And Foles going deep and finding Raynaud, or not really deep, but it looked like a really long pass. Now Foles on 3rd and 10. He's got to show what he can do. And he's sacked. That is not what you want to show. We would get a field goal out of the possession, so now it's 23-6. And I believe that's several drives in a row now where we've come away with only a field goal. And it's tipped down, 4th and 12. Give the ball back to Philadelphia. Nick Foles on 1st and 10 looking. And he will fire and find Brad Smith, who's open, and gets a nice gain on the play. Gets him at least into field goal territory. 3rd and 3. He goes to the end zone, and it's Brad Smith on the drop. So now they come out, and I think it's for the 4th possession in a row, get a field goal. So they need to turn it up. And he goes deep, and it's Brandon Boykin on the play. And it's an interception, and Philadelphia has the ball back as Boykin gets 2 picks in one game. And now Nick Foles on the read option, which is really weird to see. And Foles hurdles and is hit and it dragged down, but he gets the first down. Nearing the end of the 3rd quarter, so it's almost time for Matt Barkley to come in. And Foles is hit and fumbles, and Jeffcoat picks it up. And it looks like Jeffcoat's going to take it the distance. Raynaud's coming up pretty fast, and Raynaud is able to push him down at the 6, and the flag would be a face mask on Raynaud somehow. Make it 1st and goal from the 3-yard line. And now hand off to Jonathan Stewart, who would drag Kendricks and get into the end zone. So 26-13, as Matt Barkley's now in the game. And he fires and finds Cooper, who has a first down on 2 receptions, 31 yards on the day. And Barkley's just trying to maintain this Philadelphia lead as he fires and finds Bryce Brown on 3rd and 18, who breaks a couple tackles and then trips and falls. 4th and 1. So the 5th possession in a row, they'd come away with the field goal. And now Pat White dropping back, looking, firing. And Boykin cannot make the tackle. But it's alright because his teammate made up for it. And now Matt Barkley all alone in the backfield, going deep, and he hits Cooper. And that's one good thing about Matt Barkley is he can go deep if he needs to. And now firing and finding Cooper in the end zone. Finally a possession where we don't come away with a field goal. And Cooper would be injured. And now it's 36-13, nearing the end of the game. This game is pretty much over. And Pat White fires and hits his target, and he's dragged down at the 1-yard line. 36-13 looks like, and it looks like Carolina's going to score again. But White is hit by Trent Cole, and Vinny Curry picks it up, and that would be it. 36-13, and that would be our preseason. All the quarterbacks I felt played pretty decent. Taj Boyd had a rough start, but he turned it around near the end of the preseason. I'd probably say our preseason MVP would be Darius Raynaud, because he just played tremendous throughout the entire thing. And I guess we'll see now here in a couple minutes on what our starting roster will be for Week 1 against the Giants. Play of the game is Taj Boyd's first pass, so not too bad, Boyd. And this preseason went fairly well. The only bad part about it was losing to the Browns. And this game felt pretty good. And I'm feeling good going into the regular season. I think we're going to do good. At least I'm hoping. And here are the game stats as we won every single category. We dominated time of possession. And there is Lincoln Financial Field. And here is our starting roster for Week 1. We are going to go with Matt Barkley as the starting quarterback over Nick Foles. I want to go with Barkley. Now, it's not guaranteed he's going to keep the job, but I want to go with Barkley. I want to see what he can do. I played really good with Barkley. And I'm showing you the rest of the roster, too, to show you who won the position battles. One thing about Week 1 is Ty Zimmerman is injured. So he won the starting job. I put Ty Zimmerman in the starting position, but he is injured, so he won't be back for a few weeks. And our defense is looking strong, way stronger than they were last season, so that's good. And as you can see, the rest of the roster. And one other thing about this upcoming game is it is against Aaron Murray, I believe, if that's even their starter. Their starter is either Eli Manning or Aaron Murray. So it should be pretty interesting to see who we play against. And I guess my phone's going to decide to go off. But, yeah. Okay. Well, this is really unprofessional, but I've already recorded for like 25 minutes. So this is Teenage Night, and I'm out.